This month on Roanoke County Today, we visit the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection, plus get ready for the Highland Games. All coming up on RCT.
Welcome back to the show. Joining me today is Mike Warner, Interim Executive Director at the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection. Mike, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much for stopping by today.
Sure. Tell us a little bit about your background. You are an interim director. Tell us what your background is, where you came from.
Well, my background is in corrections and also law enforcement. I was the Assistant Chief of Roanoke County Police Department, and then I was retired as the Chief Deputy of the Roanoke County Sheriff's Office. And the county asked me to come down and step in while they're looking for a new hire, and just to run the facility and keep it up and running. So I gladly stepped in, and it's been a very good time so far.
Good. So you have some good experience with us.
Yes.
Good.
It's worked out really good. So.
Great. And tell us about the center. What do you do here?
Well, the center is kind of a regional area to house dogs that are strays or runaways, or the citizens can drop their dogs off here if they just can't control them anymore. What we try to do is adopt them back out after doing an evaluation. Roanoke County, Roanoke City, Botetourt County, and the town of Benton all house their dogs here. And so we have quite a few, and we do quite a big business sometimes. Today I'm housing some chickens today, and we have a variety of, sometimes we have rabbits and just all kinds of animals that they find out on the street that need to find a good home. So.
And you recently had some adoption events and were able to adopt out a lot of animals, but you do have a lot more that came in after the July 4th holiday.
Right. As of this day, we are full. We've got about 230 some animals in the facility. We had two great adoptions events, the end of June and the 1st of July, and had about 50 new adoption dogs find their home, and we're very pleased with that. Citizens really stepped up after we did some media release and some coverage, and we had a lot of citizens stop by and take a dog home. So we're very pleased with that. But as with anything, as soon as they leave from the front door, then the back door fills back up. So we're still struggling. The summer months are really hard for us. Dogs tend to get out, people go on vacation, and most of the time we can reconnect those with the family, but sometimes we can't. So it requires the citizens to come in and adopt for us.
Sure, constant thing.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Well, some of the things you're doing here at the center, we're standing in a new playground for the animals. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, this is our new playground that we're showing off today, and this allows us to bring our dogs that have been evaluated that can play with other dogs. They can come out here with a handler and spend some time out here just like they would at home. It's fenced in, so they have plenty of room to run around. We have some artificial grass for them so they get that feel that they're in the backyard. We have pools for them that they can fill up and kind of cool off, and just kind of make sure that they feel like they're at home and not be, in their small kennel, and this gives them time. Have a large volunteer base that comes out and takes the dogs out daily for us, and just plays with them. That's what they want. They want to be played with. They don't really want to be stuck in a kennel if they can. So this gives them an opportunity to come out here and enjoy the weather. They're still, in a fenced in, kind of like they're fenced in their yard. And if they're social, then we can get more dogs out here and, have four or five dogs running around playing together just like you would a family. So.
Right. Tell us some of the features about the playground.
Well, our playground's about 25 by 45. It's on a concrete base. We've put up some shade shelter here so when the dogs are in, they can sit in the shade, not be in the direct sunlight like we are today. We also have some grass available to them, artificial grass that they can lay on. And we have to keep it kind of artificial and portable so that we can roll it up and clean it and make sure that we don't have any bacteria growing underneath the grass. So it's almost like being at home. You can sit in the shade or you can be out in the grass. It just depends on what the dog wants. And again, we're able to bring more dogs out here, 3 or 4, let them have a good time. They almost feel like it's a family event. Sit in the shade, enjoy. Now they still have to have a handler out here to monitor, but they have a place where they can come and kind of feel open instead of being in a cage. And we're very fortunate all this was provided to us by a grant through PetSmart Charities. So that kind of helped us out too with the resources and the funding of it. So, so far it's been a positive event for both our staff and our animals here at the shelter.
And you have another new feature that you just completed recently, of a hiking trail, right?
We just completed that today, or yesterday, I guess. Had an Eagle Scout needed a project to do to get his Eagle Merit Badge, and he came in and cleared out the woods behind the facility, made a nice loop walking trail, and so that's another way the dogs can get out, exercise a little bit, and kind of just feel like they're normal with their family. So it's really been a great experience to have both of these projects up and running, and for our dogs. So.
Good additions here.
Yeah,
great.
Very good.
Now, if people would like to adopt a dog, cat, or any other animals you may have here at the center, what's the best way they can do that?
Well, they can stop by anytime between 11:30 and 5:30 and view the animals, take a look at them, fill out an adoption application. We have staff here that can make that happen daily, and they can take a look at our dogs inside. And as long as they're ready to go, and we vaccinate, everything's ready to go when they adopt, they can leave that day with the dog. And they can also check out all of our pictures on RCACP. We, as soon as the dog comes in, we try to get a picture up immediately. That way that if you lose a dog, you can find it pretty quick. Or if you're looking to adopt, all of our dog pictures are on the website. So those two ways will get you man's best friend home.
Oh, that's great. And also, you do utilize volunteers here. What's the way that people can volunteer?
If you'd like to volunteer, you can also log on to our website. We do have a volunteer coordinator that'll reach out to them, take an application. We do require some checks of the application, but we do have a good volunteer base, and I encourage anybody that has free time. We do corporate volunteers. If your business would like to volunteer for a day, we can get you in here to help out. There's always cleaning, there's always grooming, there's always something to do with the animals. So we encourage our volunteers to come out as much as possible. And the core volunteers that I have are doing an excellent job.
Great. And again, what is that website if people are interested?
It's rcacp.org.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing this information. I hope everything's successful here and people come out and adopt some more animals.
Thank you all so much for coming today.
Sure. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. We're here talking today to Brian Klingenpeel, who's the Community Outreach Coordinator with Roanoke County Fire and Rescue. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Sure. Now tell us a little bit about your position.
Well, I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator, so a lot of what I do has to do with what we call public education in the fire department, and that just means educating the members of our community about fire safety and about health issues, because we run rescue too, fall prevention, fire prevention. That's a lot of what I do. But I also get the opportunity to meet with civic groups and go speak at different functions or do employee training for many of the wonderful businesses in Roanoke County.
So you get to be out a lot in the community. That's
yes, I do.
Great. Now in June, the Cave Spring medic unit responded to an incident. Give us a little bit about that narrative.
Yes. So they went to a call for really just a subject that was sick. And when they got there, they found a subject who was very sick. It was in an apartment building. It was just two people on the medic truck. And when they walked in the door, their CO monitor on their EMS bag went off, told them that this was an issue. So rightly so, they figured out with the subject really sick and the CO monitor going off, hey, we've probably got an issue here. So they took him and themselves and went outside to some fresh air and called for some help. So the fire truck came. On all of our fire trucks, we have a bigger 4-gas monitor, and they used that to start to go around to the different apartments in the building. And like the first apartment they went to, the people opened the door and their monitor went off as well. So again, they said, we've got an issue here. So they got those folks out, called for even some more resources, got a ladder truck there, just basically for more people to where they could evacuate the entire apartment building. And come to find out, it was in the original, where the original call was, the subject who was sick. There was a stove that was malfunctioning. There was some incomplete combustion and a pilot light on a stove, and it was creating the carbon monoxide that made that subject really sick, but the leak had now spread to other apartments as well. So really it was because of the one CO monitor on the EMS bag that alerted us to this. Otherwise, in a matter of an hour or two, it could have been a completely different situation.
Right. Could have been devastating.
Yes.
So
Yes.
This worked out very well.
Yes.
Tell us about the CO monitors.
So it's a little monitor that we've put on our EMS bags. We call it a single gas monitor, and that just means that all it's looking for is carbon monoxide. So it's set up just to look for that. And obviously it did quite well. It alerted our crew and the other people in the apartment building that there was something deadly wrong.
This was a recent addition.
Right.
Correct?
We purchased these monitors in the spring of 2017. I think it was around April. And so they're relatively inexpensive. I think there's like $185 for each one. And we've got them on the EMS bags of all of our first run medic trucks. So all of our first medic truck that's out the door on the EMS bag is one of these monitors. So it really wasn't a very expensive purchase. And we feel like it's already paid for itself because we have saved at least one life, and we don't know how many more that day just from that one call.
Right. And is this just for professionals, CO monitors, or can people purchase these?
Certainly you can purchase. The ones that we're talking about is designed to go on an EMS bag and hang there and just kind of do its thing. But there are CO monitors that people can have in their homes, and we highly recommend that people have CO monitors in their homes. If they burn anything, CO is a product of combustion. So if they have a fireplace, a wood stove, if they have natural gas in their home, if they heat with propane, even if they have an attached garage on their house, because when you start your car in the garage, you have pumped carbon monoxide into your home. So, a little bit. But not a bad idea to have a CO monitor in your home to detect these things. They have a battery backup usually, and they're good for about 7 years. So after 7 years, they have to be replaced.
Okay, so and you can just pick those up at your local hardware store?
Yep, any kind of home improvement store, hardware store certainly has them. A lot of them plug into an outlet. So it'll probably need to be near an outlet, but then they have a battery backup as well.
Okay. And if people have any questions about this or anything else related to fire and rescue,
As always,
where can they call?
They can contact us. They can find us on the internet at roanokecountyva.gov/fire rescue, or they can call me directly at 540-777-8718.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us out there protecting the community.
It's our pleasure.
Sure. We'll be right back.
I'm Wendy Schultz with Roanoke County Parks, Rec, and Tourism, and I'm here with Chad Clark, who's our athletic director for our Highland Games. Welcome, Chad. Glad you could join us.
Thank you so much, Wendy.
Oh, our pleasure. It's great working with you. We love the Highland Games. We love having them at Green Hill Park. And I guess one of the things I'd like to ask you is what really got you involved in the Highland Games? So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what interests you in the very beginning about getting involved?
Absolutely. First of all, I can't believe it's been 9 years
I know.
that we've been doing this together. So
exactly.
9 great and wonderful years. It's amazing each year how much the event has grown. But a little bit about me. My background was in strength sports. My first love was powerlifting. I had some good friends that threw, and they invited me to come out to practice one day, and that was about 12 years ago, and literally I just got hooked.
Right.
It's such a great experience. It's opened up so many doors and avenues for me. I've literally got to travel all over the world with it. I've made the best friends. It's a sense of camaraderie like no other. There's really no better feeling than being on the athletic field with your friends and hearing the pipes blaring at the end of the day. It's really an experience like nothing else.
And one of the things I've noticed over the years with the games as we've worked together is there's so much more to it than just the athletic competition. Why don't you tell the folks out there who may never have been before what the other things are that they can expect?
Thank you. I appreciate you asking that, because although athletics is a bit of the centerpiece when it comes to the field, it's actually so much more encompassing than all of that. We're going to have at least a dozen different Scottish clans there. So, and the valley here in the Roanoke Valley, which I'm born and bred in, I'm very proud that it has such a huge history of Scotch-Irish descent. So in a lot of ways, the event's also a celebration of Scottish history and culture and heritage. A lot of these clan tents will have people there
giving history, Scottish history on this region. This year we're proud to announce that we're also going to have a rugby demo. I've always been a huge fan of rugby. The Scots love it.
I know. I was surprised to learn that it was a Scottish game.
It is.
I didn't know that. Yep.
Well, very proud to announce that Roanoke Rugby Club will be participating, as well as the Roanoke College Rugby Club. So that's great to not only add this to the event, but to also have those other two outlets to attract people into the games. Also proud to announce this will be the first year that we're going to have a Scotch tasting. Yet another thing to Scotch tasting. It's also pretty much a Scotch History 101. So in that case, you can get a few of the tastes of Scotland, as well learn a little bit just about the history of Scotch.
Right. And don't forget the music. You have an outlet. My favorite part of the bagpipes.
That's the best part.
Right, it's the best part.
Well, we're very proud to announce that we're going to have a huge group of pipe bands this year. Everyone loves the pipes, myself included. Like I mentioned earlier, there's really nothing better than hearing, as an athlete, be on the field and just hearing the pipes blare all day.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It just sends you back to a different place in time. It's just wonderful. But pretty much showcase and headline this year is always Roanoke's favorite band, Virginia Highland Pipes and Drums. They've always been with us from the get-go. I really can't say enough good things about those people. Just a huge shout out to them for all their help with the event and all the love and all the love and support that they've shown Green Hill Highland Games.
Oh yeah, and it also wouldn't be complete without food. We've got some great food vendors coming out to share their culinary skills with us.
A lot of great food vendors there will be there as well.
That's great.
And for better or for worse, we all know it's going to be hot, so we will have a shaved ice vendor there.
Right.
An ice cream truck there. It's going to be hot, but we're trying our best to get everybody taken care of and get them covered.
Oh yeah, I mean it's going to be a great day. And one thing we forgot is to tell folks when it's going to be.
August 26th, Green Hill Park. And the best part is, everybody, admission is free. It is a fundraiser, however, for a friend of mine. It's a veterans charity called Warrior 360. I always tell people our veterans are our nation's greatest treasure. So it's a little bit of a give back to them as well. But again, being born and bred in Roanoke, I'm really proud of the event and the fact that it is free to the public.
Oh yeah, and we're also going to have some of their athletes participating this year, right?
Yeah, we'll have quite a few local athletes. So it's always good to see the sport growing right here at home.
Yep, and I think there's no better way to spend a Saturday in August. On August 26th, we'll start the games at 9 and run probably till about 6 is what we usually do.
Till about 6 o'clock.
The awards will be at 6.
Between 5 and 6, a lot depends on the number of athletes. Right now we're scheduled to have over 60. Like I said, if you've never been to the park before, it's seriously one of those beautiful venues for an athletic event of this type. I mean, it's a 360-degree view of the mountains.
Right.
It's just beautiful.
Exactly. Anything else, Chad, that we've left out that you might want to add?
No, just a huge thanks to yourself, Wendy, and Roanoke County Parks and Recreation for all the support through 9 great years of the event. It wouldn't be here without y'all. Shout out to Virginia Prosthetics for their support this year.
Absolutely. Yeah.
A lot of people have been behind us, and I really want to just say thank you to everyone for their help and support of the event.
Well, and that one person you forgot is yourself, because without you behind the event, we wouldn't have had it either.
Man,
no, it's true.
I'm just very, very fortunate to be able to work with people that appreciate, I guess, my dreams and visions of what I would like to bring to the Roanoke Valley.
Yeah.
So
It's been great.
Not about
it's been
me.
Great. Well, thanks everybody, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to the show. We're here today talking to Officer Burke with Roanoke County Police Department, and welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Sure, and you are the Crime Prevention Coordinator.
Yes, ma'am.
For the department. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, I facilitate all the neighborhood watch groups. I attend all the business meetings, so Williamsburg Business Association, Brambleton Avenue Business Association. I facilitate the Citizens Police Academy, the Advanced Citizen Police Academy. I'll do all the civic events, so whether it's anybody calling in to do a police tour or asking for an officer to go out to an event, unless it's, they request a specific officer, usually I'm the one that can attend that event as long as I can fit it on the schedule. I also run the Project Lifesaver program, and I have about 40 participants on that program right now. So I stay pretty busy. Anything you can think that's pretty much civic related or deals with the community, I'm involved with it.
Okay, you're a good point person for the public.
Yeah, and I also do a lot of security assessments, working with businesses. I can do it residential, as well as I work with churches doing security and safety presentations with them as well.
Okay, that's great to know. And one popular event you mentioned was the Citizens Police Academy. Tell us a little about that.
Okay, the police department's been doing it for years, so it's been around for a long time, and officers that have been in my position before me, started the program, so I'm kind of just picking up where they left off. So pretty much they gave me the kind of the schedule and kind of the idea of the program, and then I can kind of tweak it to the programs I think would be beneficial, or keep some things I think that the class really likes and change some that they don't. But anybody is eligible to do it as long as you're 18 years of age or older. We'd like you to be out of high school, only because, if you're with us every Tuesday night from 6 to 9, sometimes 10, and you get home late and you go to class and you're falling asleep, that's the last thing I want you telling your teacher is that you're at the police department last night having a good time and learning a lot, but you're falling asleep in class. So that's kind of counterproductive on that end. So we created a different program, and I can mention that here in a little bit. But it's a 14-week class right now for the basic. Then we do about a 6 to 7 week advanced class after that. We pretty much run them year-round, so we do 2 basics a year and 1 advanced. And the classes, they get to hear from Chief Hall, Assistant Chief Chapman and Mason. They hear from Sheriff Orange, Lieutenant Colonel Turner, and we run the program in conjunction with the Sheriff's Office as well, so they help me. Most of the classes are here at the police department, some are at the Sheriff's Office. Then we also have classes at the Western Virginia Regional Jail. We have them down at in the courts, so Assistant Commonwealth Attorney Brian Hollihan helps us out a bunch. Judge DeLevy is a great help. Captain Keller with Western Virginia Regional Jail helps us tremendously. They get a tour of the regional jail, they get a tour of our jail here, and they learn about pretty much every aspect of the police department. Officer Williams with the Department of Game and Inland Fisheries, he comes and presents for us. So we just don't leave it to the police department. We ask other local jurisdictions that we work with to come in and present as well. And that's who truly makes the program. I put together the schedule, but all the instructors and all the people that come and help me with the program, that's what makes it, really what it is.
Sure. So people will learn a lot about all aspects of law enforcement and the jail system, as you said, across Roanoke County. Okay, and is there any fee for people who participate? No,
the cost, it's free. We feed you, and like I said, it's every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Most of the time we're here at the police department. A lot of the local businesses help us out with some food. The department and the Sheriff's Office, we cover the food every week. So, people enjoy that part of it.
Sure. And how do people sign up?
You can find it online. So if you go to the Roanoke County Police Department's website, on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see a tab for crime prevention. If you click that tab, you'll see another tab for the Citizen Police Academy. Scroll to the bottom and you'll see some information about it. And in highlighted blue, there'll be an option where you can click to apply online. If not, I have paper applications here in my office, and they can come up here and grab one here, or I can bring it to them. I can mail it to them. Or they can reach me by 540-777-8651, or my email is dbruch, B-R-U-C-H, at RoanokeCountyVA.gov.
Okay. Lots of great information available at the Academy. And when does it start?
The next basic class we're going to be doing is going to start mid-September.
Okay. All right.
And it'll run through December.
Okay, so people should check that out online.
Yeah, absolutely. And I spread the word about it to all the civic events and neighborhood watch stuff I go to. And sometimes people are hesitant, when they're signing up. And then when we start getting involved and they start hearing the different presentations and getting to know the officers and just learning about the department and getting to ask any question they really have about law enforcement, when the time is up, they don't want to stop coming. So that's why the advanced class was created. It's a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more interactive, and they pretty much spend a half a year with us if they choose to do both programs. And if you ask any of them, they'll probably tell you that they would like to stay longer. So, and we always encourage them to come back to a class that they missed and be members of our Citizen Police Academy alumni, which meet once a month as well, and we hold speakers and different presentations.
Okay, great way for citizens to become involved in their local government.
Yep.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us and sharing this information. Hopefully we'll get lots of sign-ups.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Roanoke County Today. My name is Brian Klingenpeel, and I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator for Roanoke County Fire and Rescue. And today I'm joined by Emerson Schoonover, who is the Volunteer Chief of the Masons Cove Volunteer Fire Department. Welcome, Emerson.
Thank you, sir.
So we want to talk a little bit today about hiking and trail safety. Lots of people come out and enjoy the trails and the natural beauty of this area, and many of those trails are located right here in the Masons Cove area. And so we just want to give folks an idea of some things that they can do to be safe when they come out to enjoy these trails and the nature that's out here. Have we been seeing an increase in the number of calls out here recently, Emerson?
Yes, sir. It just seems like we're getting a lot more people on the trails and things than we used to have.
Yeah, I think it's getting marketed a lot more, and again, we want people to come and enjoy the area, but we want them to be safe as well when they come. So tell me what's involved in a typical rescue call when we have to rescue somebody off the trail.
Well, it depends on the time of day, and it depends on the night. Most of the time, anytime you have to go out at night, it increases the problems. So we have to call in volunteer fire, rescue, and we call in the paid people.
Right.
Most of the time, it's always a connection between the volunteers and the paid. We always have a paid medics with us. If the volunteers can handle it, we do good. And if not, then we have to call in, and they'll send the people out of Clearbrook, which are all paid people.
But I think what a lot of people don't probably realize is that it takes a lot of folks. Even if we're just rescuing one person off the trail, it's not like sending two people up the trail to go get them.
We call so many people in, and we have to empty up our stations, and it takes a lot of resources. All the resources, and we actually pull from the other side of the county, which hurts us.
Right.
When we're pulling for everybody.
Right. And what types of calls have you seen out here recently?
We see everything. We most of the time we have lost hikers. And most of those are college children, the kids that are out here at night. They leave us up at the parking lot, and they'll go out, and they just won't allow themselves enough time to get in or in and out. The parking lot at the top of the mountain stays full, the driveway stays full, the roadway stays full. And then you've got Dragon's Tooth and you've got North Mountain. We actually have all three mountains here. But I understand that the problem's the same in Botetourt too. They're having a lot of trouble with their trail too. And it's all coming in off of the Tinker Cliffside.
Okay, all right. So what advice would you give to folks who wanted to come and hike for a day and maybe go to Dragon's Tooth or to McAfee's Knob?
I'd like for them to make sure that they're aware of their surroundings. Don't tell me that they're standing beside a tree with a rock beside it. Make sure they understand that they've passed a shelter, or are they on a fire road, or just tell us where they are. But number one is make sure that they allow themselves enough time to get in and out of there before dark. And make sure they carry plenty of water. And make sure if they're taking their pets and things with them, they take care of their pets with their water and make sure that they're taken care of just like the people themselves are.
So you mentioned pets. I know we've had several of those here recently, and I know that can be a little bit of an issue as well. And so they just need to be careful and be prepared. If the pet's not used to walking that far, then
exactly. Most of the pets they take out have been used to being in the houses where they've been air conditioned and all, and they're just not used to walking like a lot of people are.
Right.
So they have to remember that. And it's 10 times harder on us to bring a pet out than it is a person. If we take a Stokes basket and we can put the person in there, we can strap him down, he's going to stay. But an animal or a dog, especially a big dog, or one that maybe not want to bite or anything, you just don't never know about a dog. But 1 in 100 will lay in that Stoke basket and ride out like he's supposed to, and then the others, we have to sort of make us up something to get them out of the trail.
Right, right. Well, we certainly appreciate all you guys do. Emerson and the crew out here at Masons Cove is great for knowing the area and knowing exactly. Emerson talks on the phone to the people that are lost many times, and he can just tell from what they're telling him exactly where they are. So we really appreciate all you guys do to help rescue these folks off the trail.
It's real important for me to be able to talk to them because I know what I'm looking for with the company. Our company has spent a lot of Saturdays and Sundays up there, and we've located a lot of landmarks that we use, and if I can just get them to tell me that they're close to one of those landmarks, then we know how to go in there. And we've got some great residents in the Catawba Valley that allow us to cross their property, and they'll allow us to go in there and get them out, especially on Dragon's Tooth, because that's an all carry. When we go on McAfee's, we can use the grader, but on Dragon's Tooth and North Mountain, it's all carry out. So if we can get a shortcut or get a way in there that's better and easier and faster to get those people out, it's really helpful to us. And they're great people in the Catawba Valley.
Yes, they are. Thank you, Emerson.
Yes,
we
sir.
appreciate it. If you'd like more information about hiking or trail safety or any other safety topics, you can find more information on the internet at roanokecountyva.gov/fire rescue, or you can call me directly at 540-777-8718. Roanoke County Today. We'll be right back.